Hello everybody and welcome back to the Train Brothers Railway. Today is what seems like in the forecast the last nice day of the year, because the rest of the week it's going to be into the negatives and it's going to be cold and rainy. So we're going to take advantage of this last nice day and we're going to winterize the layout. We're going to take all of our buildings in, we're going to take all of our figures in, the lights, all the small little breakable things that, you know, if heavy snow gets on or if the heavy winds blow from the winter, that we might lose some accessories and all that stuff. So we're going to go ahead and put all those away. The pond we're going to start to winterize. We're going to take the fish out. We've got a plan for those. We'll update you on that one, on that plan later, but we'll get the pond kind of ready. We're not going to shut it down quite yet because it's still a little early for the pond, but we're going to get rid of all these leaves. And then we're just going to do like a general cleanup, because as you can see, the leaves are kind of everywhere with these trees, which they're nice in the summer because they shade the layout, but in the winter, or in the fall, sorry, the leaves are kind of a pain for the track. And then also too, we've already taken the tunnel portals in on that one, but over there we'll take those tunnel portals in there. And then of course we've got this line up and running now, which we are so happy about. That was the one goal for this year and we got it done. But we'll just do it like a general clean and everything like that. We'll take all of these buildings in as well. But I'd say over the whole year, kind of this is a year wrap up of what we've done and everything like that. Obviously we got this line in, which was a big goal for us. And now we kind of have the ability to go all the way around the whole square of the layout, which we really like. We've also made some exterior train storage, I guess you could call it, aside from our garage. So this is super handy because we can drop the loco off on the pathway, drive it all the way around, park it here, and then we can just easily take the rolling stock out that we want and put it on the layout over here, and then we can just drive right around, come all the way around, and join back into the main line over here, and then we can run trains over here. Kind of makes it a lot easier instead of having to carry all these locomotives day in day out whenever we want to run. Also too, we did a little bit of change up in the yard here with the sidings. This siding or this yard is kind of forever changing because it depends on what we want to do with it, whether we want these like stop sidings longer or if we add like another passing siding in here. This one kind of always changes, so this one you'll see throughout the videos. We've had many iterations of it. But the one thing we also did this year is some of our trees were getting big just because we didn't trim them down enough, but these ones here were keeping on top of some of those cedars. There was one right where this building was, and we pulled that guy out because it was getting way too big for the town here. And it's looking a little worse for wear just because we got the cords everywhere, and then the wind is starting to take a toll on everything here. But we got some of the wires pulled up for the buildings, for the lights inside, because that is just low voltage wire. We run 12 volts DC through all that, and they light up little LED lights in all the buildings, so they all light up. It's hard to show on camera like at night when the lights are on, so we don't show a whole heck of a lot of that, but there are past videos where you can go back and take a look at that, because we did show a few of them. This is where the power comes from, so we have our power, our normal house power there, and then it goes into there. You can kind of see the little transformer right there in the window. And of course, in G scale, 12 volts DC is high voltage. But there you have it, everybody. There's kind of an end of year update on what the layout looks like, what we're going to be doing to winterize it. If you guys have any other questions of how to winterize a layout or anything like that, just leave them down below and we'll be able to answer them the best we can. But it's definitely interesting to see the layout evolve from early spring to now fall, and then eventually when there's a foot of snow everywhere. Well everyone, just a few short days later, this is the progress of winterizing the layout. We got all the buildings in, we've cleaned up all the leaves so that they don't really stick to the track. There's still a few here, that's just from those trees there. There's still a few leaves left on it. And we've closed the pond, we pulled out the pump, we emptied the water in the spillway there, put a plug in that, and then we took our shop back. which is also like an electric blower. And then we blew out the lines that run all the way to the skimmer box to make sure that the water doesn't expand and freeze in that pipe and hurt the pipe. We brought in the tunnel portals over there. We brought in all of our rolling stock from the cabinet over there. We made sure everything was clean. We disconnected the electrical to that little building, so there's no more power on the track, or there's no more power going on the low voltage lights for all the buildings because they're disconnected. Still more leaves blowing around. Brought in that tunnel portal, and this guy back here is all cleaned up. It's looking very winter-like. We'll still be able to run trains though on the layout when it's winterized. It just won't have as many features and it won't look as nice. It'll just be the trains. But in here, it's all empty. We're not going to keep any of the trains in here for winter, just in case, because we bring them into the garage where it's a little warmer and the plastic's not so brittle, so if we decide to run them, they'll kind of be warm. But we do need to make sure we condition the locomotives if we're going to run in the winter, because they have steel wheels, and hot steel to cold steel will stick, and then that messes up your motors and your locomotives. So if you want to run them, you kind of just have to leave them outside for a couple of minutes just to let them kind of get cold so that they don't stick to the tracks in the winter. But that's more for like really cold temperatures. Right now I think it's like 2 degrees Celsius in Canadian temperature, and it's not terrible. It's not into the negatives, so it's just more damp out today and drabby. But this is kind of the fall of Canada, and this is what it's like on the layout once everything's winterized and it's rainy, damp, sorry. But this is everything all winterized. It's not real hard to do winterize. You just have to kind of think of what kind of zone you're in and figure out what the conditions are going to be in winter and what can tolerate the winter and what can't. Like this solid brass track will be able to tolerate it no problem, but the plastic buildings probably won't because they'll get brittle. So that's pretty much it for winterizing the layout, but still look forward to train running videos just on an empty layout. And until next time guys, take care, take it easy, and keep it on the rails. Bye guys.